Welcome back everyone. iOS 15 has officially came out in a beta form, so let's go and talk about it on the iPhone 8 Plus. Now I'm going to not try to make these videos 50 minutes long, so they're going to be fairly quick. I want to run over my whole entire process of installing it first. It was a pretty easy process, nothing super crazy, just had to install the specific beta. One initial thing I saw though is that on the lock screen we do have a new little icon here, which is really cool. The installation process I would highly recommend you guys not to install, but we'll get into in a second. I will also do a speed comparison between 15 and 14 in like 2 seconds. But we do get some cool FaceTime features. All in all, I think it was a pretty basic update. You do get spatial audio, grid mode in FaceTime. You can send links to FaceTime outside of iOS users. So if you have an Android device, you can go ahead and send a FaceTime out to somebody without a Apple account, which is super crazy. You can use portrait mode within, FaceTime, and you can share your screen within FaceTime as well. I will go into all these little tidbit things, in my iOS 15 in another video on this channel, but keep a lock down so you guys don't mess up, but that's pretty crazy. We also have this cool little thing within iOS 14 called live text. So if you have something that has text inside of it, so if I look at this hydrogen peroxide, for example, I can go ahead and possibly take a photo of it. I don't really even know how to do it. Now I will also make a different video talking about this too. I guess it's not working out, but that's another really cool feature. Now, one of the biggest, changes within iOS 15 is focus mode. So if I scroll up, we have this cool little feature, which was here before, but I guess it's not, called focus mode. And essentially it allows you to, pretty much have, your apps and everything kind of focus around a specific thing. I noticed the settings app also got a little bit smaller too. But what focus mode allows you to do is focus on certain apps, their gaming apps or whatever the case is. I think it's really cool. I think it has a lot of legs. I don't really think I'm going to use it that much, but if people like it, then that's awesome. You also have a little bit of a redesigned iMessage as well, which I will talk about in a separate video. You can also view your photos in a gallery mode as well, which is really cool. And we also have the ability of drag and drop within iOS 15 on our iPhones now. So let's say you have something like this image, for example. If I can go ahead and crop it, there's some things that you can go ahead and kind of drag. And you can see I'm dragging it, and before we weren't able to do that. I think it's extremely cool because, you can't really utilize that outside of it. I just noticed gestures. Oh, this is the new Safari thing. So Safari also got a little bit of an update, as you guys saw. So if I go here, you can see it changed up a little bit. If I go and click here, scroll up, you can see there's a couple of new changes here, which is actually really, really cool. You have a new notification panel kind of, and you can now use Safari extensions within Safari as well. So that's another really cool thing. Now we do have another iPhone 8 Plus running iOS 14 right here. So let's go and do a quick speed comparison between these two. Okay, so there we go. I have iOS 14 on the left, iOS 15 on the right. Let's get into it. Let's make sure all the apps are cleared out in the background first. And as you can see, this one did not. So this one will be super quick. Phone calls 3, 2, 1. I think iOS 15 was actually faster. App stores 3, 2, 1. And it looks like iOS 14 may have been a little bit faster there. iOS 15 definitely taking its time. I don't know what's going on there. There we go. Scrolling through, you can see roughly about the same thing. Not a big difference there. Hopping out of this one, let's go ahead and get into news. 3, 2, 1. And I guess iOS 15 is faster. 14 kind of stuck in that panel a little bit, and we did get into another panel right after. Let's get into something else. Let's go and get into, well, I guess I don't even have any third-party apps on this specific device. So let's get into mail. 3, 2, 1. And there we go. Let's get into clock. 3, 2, 1. And there we go on that one. I don't know what that timer is. Let's get into camera. 3, 2, 1. And I think 15 was actually faster. Let's get into stocks. 3, 2, 1. And there we go. I think 14 was a little bit faster, but they were roughly around the same, to be honest. Let's go into books, which I don't think I have on this device. Let's get into something like podcasts. I will just go into messages. 3, 2, 1. And a little bit of a pop-up here. Let's get into health. 3, 2, 1. And there we go. So there's a couple of differences here and there. I think ultimately there really isn't that crazy of a difference in terms of speed yet, at least on the iPhone 8 Plus. But I think further along we go, I think iOS 15 is probably going to be a little bit faster, to be honest. So now to kind of answer the question, should you install iOS 15 beta on your iPhone 8 Plus? Absolutely not. You should not install this beta. I could sit here and say so many cool things that's, going on with this beta, new improvements and stuff. I would highly recommend staying away from it. It's not worth it to install it just yet. There are cool additions and newer things being added all the time, but it's just not stable enough as far as I can tell. I've already had a couple of issues. You saw with my, I think App Store was being weird, but a couple of other things, there's a lot of issues. Battery life's not going to be good, and I'm not using an iPhone 8 Plus as a main device. So I can sit here and say it's perfectly fine, even though it might not be. So keep that in mind. That is definitely a humongous thing to keep in mind at the end of the day. So the iPhone 8 Plus is great. keep it on iOS 14. Do not install iOS 15 just yet. Wait until it officially comes out, and even then, wait until like iOS 15.1. There really isn't any crazy feature within this update that you can't wait for, in my opinion. So, in terms of that, that covers it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.